I'm going to share a story and tell you about the whips I made. Yeah. I started making my first whip in August 2011. I found a website that explained how to make a whip, how to paracord, and a few other things. I collected the materials and got started. During this time, I was praying about the possibility of going to Turkey to help a missionary family from our church. When I left for Turkey in September, I took my half-finished whip with me. It's right here. I finished it in my new cracker. This was a real blessing because I was in a strange country with people I didn't know very well yet, helping to take care of a passel of little girls. This is not normally the sort of situation I'd get myself into, which goes to show God had a hand in it. When I felt stressed, and this was fairly often, I would go out in the hills nearby to hike, pray, and crack my whip. Once I felt really homesick, and I opened my Bible because I needed help. And it opened to John 12, and I started reading at verse 27, which says, "Now is my soul troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour." And I thought, that's how I feel right now. So I read on. "But for this cause came I unto this hour. Father, glorify thy name." That cheered me up right away. This is Jesus talking, and he had felt the same way I did when God wanted him to do something hard. It really encouraged me. So, God asked Jesus to do something so much harder than what he was asking me to do. Jesus took on the sin of the world and died to save us. I just had to give up a few months of my life. The next day, I had some free time to go out in the hills and crack my whip. God had given me the desired time and resources to make it at just the time when I was going to need it. I made my first whip strictly following the instructions, which were for making a bull whip. I bought a 10-inch nail to use as a handle, and made the core with paracord, duct tape, and lamp chain.
Duct tape?
Yep, duct tape. Awesome stuff. So then a layer of paracord is woven over that, then a second layer, and then you top it off with a cracker, a little white bit. Yes, a cracker. Anyway, then you're done. Sometimes you can have a 25-foot length of paracord you have to weave with. This can be challenging to keep from turning into a horrible spaghetti mess. I used my first whip a lot in Turkey, and things are starting to fray a bit. So I decided to make a second whip. I still had a lot of paracord, but none of the other things, and I needed to give my whip weight. I had the idea of this chainmail. You can see it right here. Chainmail is connecting small rings into a pattern, and I made the core of my whip from this instead of the duct tape. So, this whip has no real handle. It's not stiff. And so this is a snake whip instead of a bull whip like the first one. So I don't really understand all the physics of why a whip cracks, but what I do know is that the crack it makes is the end of the whip breaking the sound barrier, going about 700 miles an hour. Unlike making the whip, I don't have a lot of natural talent when it comes to cracking it. When I first started learning, I hit myself a lot. Yeah. Once I even managed to wrap it around my neck. That hurt a bit. But it made such a great sound out of it, right? Okay, so I guess now I'm gonna make all the noise with them, so if your little kids don't like loud noises, you might want to cover their ears. Probably should do it.
Okay, we move you guys to front row.
room to do the overhead. Yeah, the forward sideways. You can also do the forward one backwards, which is really fun. And that's so amazing because you can do the forward and the backwards sort of in a row, which can get exciting. And you can just sort of go on for as long as your arm lasts with that one. I think my record was like 10 cracks doing it. So, yeah. And then two. And I have 2 hands.
Say, Rachel, quick question. Do we need the little girls to move back?
If they're afraid, they can.
Okay. But you're not going to hit them?
No.
Okay, making sure.